What's up, Michigan? This is the first episode of the spring season on the flagship show of the State Champs Sports Network. Welcome to State Champs High School Sports Show. My name is Lorne and I've had so many co-hosts over this program over the years. Our State Champs W Hang Time viewers know Elizabeth Coon. It's great to have you along for the ride each week.
It is so exciting to be here. Everyone is back outside. As a former softball player myself, spring sports are my favorite.
All right, well, all sports programming here on the network is presented by Lawrence Technological University. World-class undergraduate programs, over 24 NAIA varsity sports, and you can recruit yourself. Visit ltuathletics.com.
It's lacrosse season and Face-Off premieres every Wednesday as Sean Belegian and Greg Durham talk rankings, interviews with coaches, and they let you know the games you must see. Of course, this show has got highlights as well. Check these out.
We begin with Clarkston going on the road to take on the Cranes from Cranbrook Kingswood. First game of the season for Clarkston, and they were led by Evan McClory. He notched a team-high 4 goals as the Wolves go on to win 11-7 the final. Next, 2 top 10 teams as number 5 Detroit Country Day went up against 7th-ranked Brighton. The Yellow Jackets in control from start to finish. Senior Parker Urigo was on fire. Game-high 6 tallies. Yellow Jackets buzz Brighton 17-5. We had another OAA Catholic League clash as Lake Orion went toe-to-toe with Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Tied at 1 after the opening quarter, Lake Orion outscored the Eaglets 7-2 the next 2 periods to go up 8-3 heading into the 4th. OLSM came back to make it an 8-7 contest, but Lake Orion would hang on to win by a goal for its first victory of the young season. And to a recent contest in girls lacrosse, Bloomfield Hills at home to take on Livonia United. Back and forth tussle in the first half, game tied at 5 into intermission, stayed that way into the second half. Later in the contest, game tied at 9. Blackhawks would get goals by Rachel Shepard and Abby Sung as Bloomfield Hills hangs on to win 11-9 the final. You know, we love our sponsors, and the professionals with the Detroit Medical Center's physical therapy and sports medicine team is one of the best. If you're in pain or injured, simply log on to dmc.org/gamechangers. They'll take care of you. Now, here on the network, Game Changers are quick-hitting segments designed to make you a faster, stronger, healthier athlete. Pop quiz for you, Liz. All sports at some point allow you to reach your maximum speed. True or false?
True.
Let's find out.
Hi, I'm Laura Ramos with DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine with today's Game Changers Pop Quiz. True or false? Most field and court sports do not allow an athlete to reach their maximum speed. The answer is true. During most field and court sports, athletes rarely sprint for longer than 2 to 3 seconds, and therefore they rarely reach their maximum speed. Instead, athletes are relying on their acceleration speed. Acceleration describes how quickly an athlete can get to their maximum speed. Because in sport, most of the time athletes are accelerating, decelerating, and changing direction, it is just as important to train your acceleration speed as it is your maximum speed.
Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Then go where the pros go. DMC Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. For immediate care, call 313-910-9328 or visit dmc.org/gamechangers.
Now that was a trick question. Did you know that StateChampsW.com is home for all of State Champs female high school sports coverage? It's true, and it's also the perfect place for you to see our weekly softball swing away show every Thursday. Get the latest updates in the Total Softball Player of the Year race. Sydney Carriout previews the big games to look forward to and has recaps of the games covered on the network, just like these.
We start with the defending Division II state champs, Owasso, opening up their season against Goodrich. Owasso returns a Total Softball Player of the Year candidate in Macy Ireland. The Kent State commit threw 6 strikeouts in her 4 innings of work, and the Trojans' bats were hot in this one. The junior Jamie Meyer would smack a homer in the opening inning to go up 5-0. Then Ireland would help her cause at the bat with a home run as well. Owasso would go on to beat Goodrich 15-0 in 4 innings. Next, we had the defending Division III state champs Richmond going on the road to take on Macomb, Dakota, who is ranked 3rd in Division I. Pitching was the story in this one. The Blue Devils had Katie Shoeboy on the bump, and she threw 8 strikeouts in the game. Dakota countered with 2 pitchers. Gracie Maloney started for the Cougars, and then our total softball player of the year candidate, Megan Nectarline, who came in the 4th inning. Megan threw 9 Ks, and this game was scoreless as we head into extra innings. An exciting one here. Richmond would get on the board in the top of the 8th. Piper Clark sends it the opposite way. Then Emmy Hildreth comes all the way around from first to put the Blue Devils up 1-0. But Dakota answers in the bottom frame. With a pair on, Faith Maloney smacks it to left for the base knock, scoring both runs as the Cougars win in walk-off fashion 2-1. Now we'll head over to Livonia for a rivalry battle between Churchill and Stevenson. The Chargers commanded early, taking a 7-4 lead up until the 5th inning. But don't count out those Spartans just yet. After a late rally, Stevenson tied this one up 7-7 in the 6th, and the momentum stayed on their side. Runners on 2nd and 3rd here. Sophomore Mackenzie Cook hits a shot to left field. That hits off the wall, and 2 runs will score. And look at that, that's a triple for Cook. Then senior Janie West lays down a nice bunt, and watch this, Cook slides right under the tag to tack on another run. But then take a look at this. West, with a veteran heads-up play, heads over to second for an extra base. The Spartans' bats continued. Lily Malamis hits an RBI double to right center. Stevenson rallies back to take this one 13-7.
Do you know the biggest difference between a pickup game and organized high school sports? The answer is obvious. It's officials. School sports is more than just kicking a ball or running fast. They're an extension of a student's education and the classroom. An official can help teach the importance of following the rules, impartiality, and most importantly, fairness.
Captain of the football team, correct? Yes, sir. Represents leadership and sportsmanship, right? You guys set the good examples for your fellow teammates, okay? All right, we have a problem with one of your fellow teammates, we'll come and ask you to take care of the problem, okay?
But the need for officials has never been greater. There are some benefits to becoming an official, like staying in shape, staying involved in the sports you played as a young person, networking, and of course, you can earn some pretty good extra money while doing all of that. It's easy to sign up. Just go to mhsaa.com/officials and click register now. Now is a great time for you to get involved in your community and give something back to our kids. There's help wanted. We need you to whistle. For more information, visit our website at mhsaa.com.
Time now to take a look inside Lawrence Technological University. One of the great advantages students have at LTU is never feeling lost or unattended to. Lawrence Tech offers several services to help maximize a college education. The Academic Achievement Center is a support hub for Lawrence Tech students and faculty. Students come to the AAC to get help with homework or test preparation, compare notes, meet with study groups, or seek that needed motivation boost. The AAC is simply a welcoming place, ready to help you with whatever you need. Do yourself a favor. Consider Lawrence Technological University. Schedule a tour today. Head over to ltu.edu right now. Hey y'all, baseball season is here and our baseball show drops Fridays on our website, statechampsnetwork.com, and our State Champs TV YouTube page. The program is called Extra Innings. You get an excerpt of the weekly coaches interview called In the Dugout, and of course, we've got highlights. We start off with the Monday night matchup between Clarkston and the defending Division I champs, Grand Blanc. Notre Dame commit David Lally pitching for the Bobcats, and he was stellar, picking up 2 Ks in 2 clean innings of work. In the third, Wolves strike with a runner on third. Mason King a single into center field. That brings Luke Spicer home, Clarkston up 1. Bobcats flashing a little leather. Spicer with a rocket to short. Francisco Dion with a diving grab for the out. We jump into extras now. Bottom 8, 2 on, and Seth Osterman at the dish. He fires a moonshot into deep left field, and that will walk it off. 3-run jack as Graham Blank wins it 4-1 over Clarkston. Jump now to a Catholic League clash. The number 1 team in the nation, Orchard Lake St. Mary's, the Eaglets, taking on Division I semifinalists and the number 3 team in the baseball coaches preseason poll, the Brother Rice Warriors. The number 7 ranked player in the nation, Brock Porter, on the hill for the Eaglets. He was electric. Didn't allow a single base runner until the 4th inning. St. Mary's with a 4-run lead thanks to some good base running of their own, but in the top of the 6th, the Bats came alive. Runners on first and second for Ike Irish. He hits a grounder into center field. That scores Jack Crichton. That increased the lead to 5. Bases loaded now for the Tennessee commit Blake Grimer. He takes it the other way for a single into right field. Nolan Schubart and Irish come in to score, and it was 7-0. Then, with runners on second and third, Jake Dresselhaus gets a pitch he can handle, drives it right back up the middle. That gave Orchard Lake 10 runs. Brock Porter back out to finish off the 6th inning, picks up his 11th strikeout of the game. That capped a fantastic no-hitter. He allowed 1 walk on 47 pitches. Congratulations. To an OAA MAC crossover as Lake Orion welcomed in the Norsemen from Grosse Pointe North. Central Michigan commit Evan Waters on the mound for Lake Orion. He gave up just 2 hits, 0 runs in 6 innings. That also came with 13 strikeouts. The Lake Orion Bats were en fuego. Casey Robertson singles down the third baseline, driving in Evan Waters and Carson Davendorf. That made it a 4-0 game. Waters would help his cause at the plate, hitting one deep to left center, driving in Joey Bruno to put the Dragons up a 7 spot. Carson Koch closes it out in the 7th, getting the strikeout to end the game. Lake Orion shuts out Grosse Pointe North 7-0, the final. And finally, we head to Beverly Hills, where Detroit Country Day was hosting Oxford. The Yellow Jackets coming in 4-2 on the season, bottom of the 1st, and it's the U of M football recruit, Brandon Mann, with a bomb over the wall in left center. Country Day led 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th when Luca Bono with a 3-run triple. That increased the lead to 6. Jackets cruising. And shout out to the Yellow Jackets' Clay Harchie, who had a no-hitter through 5 innings, but out of the game he went. And the Wildcats manufactured 6 runs of their own in the top half of the 6th, and that tied the game at 6. But bottom of the inning, Country Day responded, scoring 3 more runs. Former Tigers Brandon Inge's son, the sophomore Tyler Inge, with a rocket to the wall in right. The Michigan commit driving in a pair of runs. They scored 3 and win it 9-6. Well, hello and welcome to an update in our Michigan High School Boys Golfer of the Year contest. This award is made possible by the great people with Tour Edge Golf. See for yourself why over 158 PGA Tour players have chosen to play Tour Edge, the pound-for-pound leader in golf club innovation and performance. You can find out more at touredge.com. My name's Lorne. Joining me all season to break down this competition is Michigan Golf Live's executive producer and host Bill Hobson. As always, thank you, Bill, for taking a few minutes to talk high school golf.
Glad to be here. Love it. And we're seeing some really impressive play right out of the gate, even though the weather isn't cooperating yet.
Yeah, exactly. The guys are bringing their A game right out of it, which again is going to make for a very interesting conversation over the course of the season. And right now at StateChampsNetwork.com, if you go to the contest page and click on Michigan High School Boys Golfer of the Year, it will take you to a voting page, and it is there. You can vote for any one of our top 10 candidates. The contest just went live, so we know people are just now discovering it. But if you have a golfer in our top 10, somebody that you root for, the more votes he gets, the longer he will stay in our top 10, because there are about a dozen other golfers currently working on playing their way into the competition. You could check out the watch list to see some of those on the cusp. So every week we're going to take one golfer. Bill's going to talk about him. State champs had a chance to cover the Forest Hills Invitational this week, and we got a good look at one of our candidates from Forest Hills Northern, Jack Zubkis. He's a senior this year, a returning member from last year's Dream Team, or Super Team, as they say in golf. Bill, you emailed me and said he reminds you of a certain someone.
Yeah, as I watched some of the shots that he was hitting as this invitational took place at Egypt Valley, which, by the way, is a very challenging track to play no matter what your skill level or what your age. It's why it used to host a Champions Tour event and still hosts the Pro-Am, one of the Pro-Ams for the Meyer LPGA. As I'm watching Jack Zubkis make his way around, and not realizing until just a couple moments ago that he's a senior,
Right.
I was really, really impressed with the similarities in his rhythm and in his demeanor to a guy who has a green jacket and probably should have another one by the name of Jordan Spieth. They both seem to be unlikely to lead their school's powerlifting team, and yet they generate a lot of torque and a lot of clubhead speed, really good balance, and as I saw in the clips that you sent my way, really good short game. And that's where you save a round. That's where you save those shots that at the end you kick yourself if you let them get away by getting up and down from the edge of the green. And I was kind of remembering all of that in the context of where we are on the calendar. We're in April.
Yeah.
This season is just getting started. From that particular invitational that you're talking about, the scores were fantastic, from 318 to 324, separating first from fourth place. And for Zubkis, who was second at last year's state finals, really looked like a pretty confident start in some weather that wasn't all that cooperative.
Absolutely, and the depth of those programs to the fact that Northern finished third with an ace like Zubkis shows you that these other teams are bringing it from 1 to 5, and that's always fantastic. And you can let us know about golfers you think who should be considered in this competition, because we did get an email there, Bill, and Cameron Mansfield himself emailed us. He was using the contact us at statechampsnetwork.com email address, and I'm going to read real quick what he said, just so that we can encourage more of you to share your thoughts and feelings regarding this competition. He said, "My name is Cameron Mansfield. I'm a sophomore at Traverse City Central High School and a varsity golfer. I'm emailing about the 2220 Golfer of the Year contest. Letting you know we have amazing talent on our team. Our senior captain, Shea Harmison, and juniors Michael Beatty and Cameron Peters all played in the Division I state championship at Forest Acres West. I did not play at the state championship due to the team rankings, but have many other scores that could be shared. Please look to follow our team this season, because there's a lot of talent in Northern Michigan, and we'd love to be included in the contest." And he left his coach's name and email. Great golf courses in the Traverse City area, of course, and this is exactly what we're looking for, this kind of engagement.
Boy, it sure is. I love it when a young person, a young athlete steps up and says, "Hey, I'm working hard at this." I hope somebody takes notice, because especially in golf, where it can be an isolated, lonely sport, you're out there grinding, especially if you're Traverse City and really anywhere north. You're going to lose a good portion of your season just to weather conditions. As I was talking with a friend of mine in the UP yesterday, where there's still 1.5 feet of snow on the ground, and golf season theoretically has started. So Good job, Cameron. Thanks for reaching out. And now go play well. Now you got to back it up, right?
That's right.
Out, you send the email. Now you got to back it up.
That's right, and we'll reach out and we'll see if we can get some coverage of your team too in the near future. And we thank you, Cameron. You can email us players at anyone. Players we need to check out, maybe some big golf events that we should be coming out and shooting for highlights on the network. We do that as well. The email address, once again, is contact us at statechampsnetwork.com, or just go to the contact page using the media and schedule tab at statechampsnetwork.com. Bill, let's do it again next week, and we'll see you then for another update in our State Champs Michigan High School Boys Golfer of the Year race presented by Tour.
You know, spring sports is more than just lacrosse, softball, and baseball. Much more. Let's check out some of the other sports coverage from this past week. We start on the west side of the state for the Forest Hills Golf Invite from Monday afternoon. We begin with Evan McDermott from Spring Lake. Gets the bird on the second hole. He shot a 73. Lakers finished in fourth. Now let's take a look at Forest Hills Northern. They have a state champs Tour Edge Golfer of the Year candidate in the senior Jack Zubkis. Despite the dreary conditions, Jack shot a tournament low 70. Huskies ended up in third place. Now to Nicholas Taylor, repping Muskegon Mona Shores. He gets the birdie on hole number 1 as he shot a team best 77. Owen DeLong will make the par putt on 18. The Sailors would be your runner-up. This day would belong to Grand Rapids Christian. Dylan Clark on the 6th drains the 5-foot uphill putt. Then it would be his teammate Alex Vanderberge on the same hole. This time downhill, gets it to go. He shot a 78. Grand Rapids Christian takes the Forest Hills invite.
We stay on the west side of the state for girls soccer as Forest Hill Central took on Byron Center. FHC made it to the D1 semifinals a year ago, and it was led by Michigan State basketball commit Taryn Halleck. She would net the hat trick in this one. Junior teammate Daly Tucker got on the score sheet as well. Forest Hill Central blanks Byron Center 4-0 the final.
Now let's dive into the pool for some boys water polo action. Ann Arbor Pioneer on the road at Birmingham Groves. Pioneer is ranked 3rd in the latest top 10 rankings. Jumped out in this one. 8 goals by 7 different scorers in the first half. They went into the break leading 8-0. But 5th-ranked Groves mounted a big comeback, scoring 6 unanswered to start the third quarter. Falcons went into the final stanza trailing 8-6. But it would be too much. Ann Arbor Pioneers, they went on to beat Groves 11-8 the final.
I invite you to check out the State Champ Sports Podcast Network. We have a companion podcast for face-off, extra innings, and swing away. The softball podcast is truly a recruiting-based podcast called Diamond Gems. All podcasts can be found on our preferred platform, Spreaker, but they are available on any platform you get your podcast.
That's right. And it's also robotics season, and the RoboZone podcast gives you the latest in FIRST Robotics Rapid React Game Analysis, hosted by Pete Ekman with nothing but robotics talk. And to make them even easier to find, all of our podcasts, just Google them for links to check them out. And for the first time in 2 years, high school competitive robotics are back in action, and so is State Champs RoboZone. We have videos going up every day from week 1 of the season, from week 2, week 3, week 4. State Champs RoboZone is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and it has its own YouTube channel. Just search RoboZone Show. Support it if you love robotics.
State Champs Network content can be found on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Just search State Champs Michigan, State Champs W, or State Champs RoboZone. We have 2 websites, statechampsnetwork.com, and for all of our female sports coverage, go to statechampsw.com.
Well, that's right. And if you're a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick user, download the free streaming app. Check out our programming on your television or computer. All of our audio podcasts can be found wherever you get your podcasts. Just Google the podcast name. I'm Lorne Plant.
And I'm Elizabeth Coon. We'll see you next time.
State Champs is presented by Lawrence Technological University. LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports. Visit LTUathletics.com and recruit yourself.
State Champs is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Army National Guard, a proud partner of the MHSAA.
The Detroit Medical Center Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine Pros. Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go. Visit dmc.org/gamechangers. The Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's Male and Female Athlete of the Year Awards. Who will be this year's Athletes of the Year? Find out live Monday, June 6th, only on the State Champs Michigan Network.
U.S. Navy recruiting. Call 313-315-2560 and talk to a local officer to find out how the Navy can take you anywhere, from the sea to the stars. Tour Edge Golf, the Boys Golf Player of the Year presented by Tour Edge. See for yourself why over 150 PGA Tour players have chosen to play Tour Edge, the pound-for-pound leader in golf club innovation and performance at touredge.com.
And Oakland School's technical campuses, designed for any student who wants to graduate high school with industry certifications, on-the-job experiences, business connections, and college credits. Check them out at ostconline.com.